mind.
Where though?
Huh?
I'm so lost.
Isn't I?
Oh, is it right here?
Said, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Alright,
tell us your story.
I think we still.
No, I went
18.
for the full screen.
Yeah, bruh.
It's still
So yeah,
pretty deep something.
man,
Oh, okay.
life.
I'm gonna bring up
I found it.
I'm proud of you. You're dope, bro. You do what you gotta do, bro. Like my goodness, she found it. Yeah. No, it's we did it. Well, yeah. I didn't take Spanish, bro.
I know you
failed
did.
Spanish.
I know you did.
I felt the fuck out of Spanish.
I know you tell me every time,
Did
and
you?
I'd be like,
I failed,
"Por
bro. I took Spanish in high school for 2 years, right?
It's failed?
Freshman year and sophomore year, right? My freshman year, I was gassed at Spanish. I murdered Spanish. I was calling out all the cute Hispanic girls. And then my sophomore year, it was just a class full of like me and my friends. Me and like, you know, in the school like majority Hispanic, but the class was a majority was just like black kids in the class.
Ooh.
So of course, and the teacher was new, so we was, you know, acting out, being reckless or whatever, right? So the teacher saw a sharp decline in my Spanish wanting to learn ability. Fast forward to me coming up to Fort Collins or whatever, I took Spanish my first year. Bombed that, bro. It was so bad. The teacher was like, at the end of the year, teacher was all like, I see you have potential. I see that you're a smart individual. But Spanish just isn't for you. I said, oh no.
I hate when teachers do that little breakdown and be like, you can do a lot of life. Mm-hmm. This is not for you though.
You can do a lot of life, but not
but you're not in Spanish. I said, bro.
Get out my class.
Yeah, bro. It was just bad. And I know like Hispanic or like Spanish like slang or whatever.
He said Hispanic.
Hispanic slang.
Spanish?
Spanish slang. Nah.
Solid.
But yeah, bro. Just awful. Your calf muscles is capping.
Like, what you been doing, man?
No, absolutely nothing. It's genetics.
Gas, yeah. Adorable.
Black people in color, I love it.
Yep.
Ew. Like, why your calf was... Ew.
Wait, do that again. Do it again.
Bro, you got big... Look at that, bro. Oh. Yeah.
He does have big calves. And they jiggle too. Why they jiggle, bro? Why they jiggle like
my
some
calves don't jiggle.
When I'm not flexing them, then yeah.
They jiggle like some booty, bro.
They bold.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like some jello, bro. What the heck?
So is that what you think when you look at my calves, bro?
Some booty? He said,
Hey, how you doing?
No, I love them now, bro. It's like little...
That's his identity.
It's a little what?
What's up? What happened to you, bro?
Yeah, let me tell you about this little situation that went down in, where was it? In Loveland. So I was there for my sister's graduation. Oh, true. I was there for my sister's graduation.
Said niggas are fucking rookie, bro. like we haven't been doing this for weeks now.
So I've been. I was at my sister's graduation. We went to Loveland to go eat because everything else was full. Mm-hmm. So we went to this steakhouse. And I'm not gonna name drop it because I don't want that legal.
No, name drop it.
There's only a few in Loveland, so
Hmm?
People know.
There's only a few. No. I mean, yeah, they'll know. Yeah, they'll know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So I was there, right? Mm-hmm. And we were looking at the menu. They were nice and stuff. Like we came in through, I think it was like they have like a back door and a front door. I think we came through the back door or something. Mm-hmm. So we were towards the back of the store. And we came up to the, so the waitress came up to us, got our orders, and like when the orders came to us, it was pretty quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least
the service was good.
Okay. So when we get our orders, right, we like look on the plates and we're like, there's a watermelon slice here. And so, yeah, like if you know, like again, if you know, you know.
I did. Okay.
So
I know.
That's
I'm here
funny.
now.
yeah.
Terrible.
Okay.
So
Hilarious stuff.
we look at
So
we're
funny.
like, this is interesting. Like I've never seen a complimentary watermelon come with steak before. But if they do this here, they do this here.
So, but it's summertime. Maybe they're trying something new.
I was like, it's cool. But what if? And
What is what?
and we were just like, we're like, what if not everyone gets a watermelon?
It's only a specific kind of people.
We
Yeah,
never
but
been
you
here
were the
before.
only one at your table to get watermelon.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like,
No, his whole family got it.
yeah, no,
His whole family got it.
yeah. So not the only person, the only table.
Oh,
restaurant,
and y'all
yeah.
went in through
The
the
only
back
black
door? That was your
table.
first mistake.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we didn't even know about the
Anyways,
front door, right?
okay.
My mom came in through the front door and she was like, I didn't want to come through the back door. And so
So the only
we got our
black
little
family-
watermelon. And she was like, and we're like, this is kind of interesting. And then we're like, over time while we're eating, we're like, there's no one else with watermelons. And so we go through, we keep eating. We're like, maybe they ran out or something, like giving them the benefit of the doubt. And so, like, it was like 30 minutes, and no one else got watermelon at their tables. And we were like,
Was watermelon even on the menu?
no, like we didn't even know they came complimentary.
So they just had them cut
Yeah.
fresh and ready for some niggas.
Yeah.
Ready for the black people to get, bro.
So then my sister, like,
They
she
said,
gets up
"Finally,
and she
yes."
walks around the whole restaurant, and she was like, bro, no one else has watermelons at their tables.
No rinds, no nothing.
Nothing. And so, like, at some point, I was like, me and my brother, we were like, we're gonna ask her. we gotta ask, like, cause, like,
Investigative journalism.
and I was like, and content,
Say
it's
content, baby, content.
Yeah.
So what is this white woman gonna say
Yeah.
when we say?
So
Well,
she,
see here, y'all can always get this type of meat. Huh? Like what? What? Like,
so
why?
she comes up, and we're like, so there's watermelon here. Does everybody get some? And so then she's like, immediately, like before I even finished the sentence, she's like, yes, we do. And Ari was like, my brother. She's
Did they
like,
know?
yeah, he's like, so that table back there, they got watermelon too, huh? And she was like, yeah, they do. He's like, well, they didn't.
Oh my
And
god.
so she's like, oh well, I mean, she's like stumbling her words, like they come with everybody. They've been like the waiters back there have been slacking. First of all, she was one of the waiters too.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
section tables. So
Yeah.
the table behind you didn't get it. That's
Yeah,
your section.
Exactly. So she was like, they've been slacking or something. And she was like, I mean, there's like, everybody gets a watermelon. Even that table over there, there's like a little kid who comes here all the time. He's a regular. He's like, where's my watermelon? I don't know. And so she's just stumbling. And then Ari's like trying to just confirm. He's like, oh, word. All right. Well, I don't see no watermelons over here. And so like she just...
His brother is hilarious. His
Like,
brother's
so, I was thinking, depending on how this conversation goes, either we are just like, it was just a terrible coincidence that the black people were the only ones that got the watermelon at this all-white restaurant, or they were trying to play a little jokey joke, and
And they
I was
got
gonna
caught.
walk out with free food like that.
That is awful,
Yeah.
bro.
She
Oh
went
my
back to the
gosh.
kitchen and she was like, y'all, until table 42 leaves, everyone in the restaurant
Right,
gets watermelon.
And best believe, after we told her, she started serving watermelon to everybody.
Like,
All the white
sorry.
folk like, it's not even what why? Like, we didn't order this.
Nah, they were probably like, it's a seasonal fruit.
Yeah, do you sell these during the winter? Like,
Said hopefully they're out of business now because of all the watermelon they have to go and buy from Walmart to go satisfy.
All right.
Terrible.
But welcome to the Straight Water Podcast, y'all.
The straight watermelon. No.
The Straight Melon Podcast. The Straight Watermelon. My name is ATD
It's
or
your,
Antonio the Don. My bad.
So what's your turn?
it's your
bro?
interrupting girl, J.da P.
It's the boy, the king himself, a day.
And it's your boy Jay 3 times. We're gonna make sure that's canon. We're gonna make sure that happens
Wasn't
every
even
single episode we
playing.
play. It's gonna be good.
So,
My people being like Jay 3 times, be like, yeah,
They gonna be fucking it up
they gonna
too.
be-
It's fine.
wait, how do you do it?
It's bop, bop, bop.
How do
feel me?
you
Okay.
do K in sign language?
K is that?
Oh, never mind.
That is
That's
P.
P.
That's why he failed his final.
K is this. It's upward.
Anyways.
Is it
Alright,
upward
so
like this?
off
Wait,
the bat-
wait.
Okay.
First of
crown
all,
with
shout out to all the
Sit.
college students who are getting through finals, graduating. Y'all do the thing.
Congrats to all y'all, for real, for real.
Y'all
Yes.
did it.
Come
Y'all
on,
made
come
it.
on.
Whew, now it's time for us to follow in your footsteps. Maybe,
Yeah.
possibly. I don't know.
Maybe,
This school
possibly.
shit is
No,
kind
don't even say
Yeah,
maybe.
we'll
Nah,
see.
definitely.
Nah, this school shit's for the birds, bro. No cap.
I was gonna say. So blow up this episode so we can not have to graduate like y'all did.
Like shit, follow me on SoundCloud, Spotify.
So what y'all
Run
do
up,
know is that
big
we all dropped out last week. We saw these graduations and we said,
This is the only way we make money.
I don't know who this we
we don't
is,
even,
but-
not even yet.
Said J.da P left the pack. We said that we were all gonna drop out. She didn't.
Yeah, the one and only girl, the one and only leader, the one and only. Anyways, what are we talking about today?
So, off the back of what I was just talking about, steakhouse incident, we were also talking about this there. Which steakhouse or restaurant has the best bread?
Good segue.
Ooh, I went to Longhorn the other day, and
good.
they had some good
It is
baguettes.
good.
But as far as cause baguettes are really hard to chew. But it tasted really good. Versus Panera Bread.
Baguettes are the ones with the hard shells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Panera Bread fixed their baguettes, and it's top tier now. But
I already have my answer way.
My answer too.
is it Texas Roadhouse?
Yes, ma'am. I was gonna say the
Texas?
bread with that cinnamon butter. Come on, stop playing. You and
It's
you can
pretty good.
microwave it again. It's good, man.
I feel like my answer gonna be left from when we talking
Well, let
about.
me say my first.
Go
thing.
for it. Go for it.
All right, so mine is Cheesecake Factory. The little pumpernickel bread. Pumpernickel.
I haven't
You
been
know,
to
That's the
Cheesecake
hard
Factory.
shell bread.
You haven't
That bread
been
is
there?
hard.
Not yet.
That
But
bread
have
is
you had
so
pumpernickel?
Yeah.
The bread is so
It's
I don't
bad.
like pumpernickel.
It's nothing
Oh, so it's like that.
special.
So your taste is just garbage.
You just said you like pumpernickel.
What's wrong?
No,
Yeah.
I said I don't like pumpernickel.
Oh,
Who likes
Why?
pumpernickel?
And
Because it's
You
garbage.
like-
it's not my favorite.
No one wants no
As a
pumpernickel.
bread connoisseur.
What's a pumpernickel?
This
that's
thing wants to
brown
be
bread.
different so bad. Bro.
Right, literally.
Fuck.
Pumpernickel's
I like
brown.
pumpernickel punch.
It's
All right, we're going to go to Cheesecake Factory and you're going to try it.
And I'm gonna be like,
And we're gonna throw it out.
By choice.
I'ma
So
try-
you-
look.
It's going to be delicious, but you're going
Also,
to pretend
it's
like you
called
don't like it.
cheesecake. Do
Exactly.
they
Their
like?
specialty is not bread.
It's not bread.
It should
I mean, they have good
Is
cheesecake
their
too.
specialty
There's bread
steak?
under the cheesecake.
Is there a
Because
special
you
steak?
said steakhouse.
I don't think it's kind of as a steakhouse, but
So
I'm just saying. I'm
then
saying out of every
Change
restaurant.
your answer.
That's what I said. Look back on the recording. It says
Nah.
I
Says
said
everywhere.
steakhouse, but I was like
This is
actually
my words.
restaurant.
Nah, that's cap.
I've had every restaurant, right?
So
Every
Every restaurant.
Every
Every
place-
restaurant.
every place you can
Have
get
you
to.
tried
It's
every
cheesecake.
restaurant?
Out of the ones that I've tried.
For the majority of the ones that we've tried.
Y'all haven't even been outside Colorado, have you?
So the
Yes,
ones that
we
we,
have.
the one
What
that
is she
we've, the
talking
one that
about?
we've tasted.
We've
there.
I was
over
talking
there.
to them.
Who hasn't been outside of
How is she gonna make
Where
those
y'all,
assumptions?
where
Like,
y'all
what the fuck?
gone?
all over the country? What the hell?
Where?
I went to all
What-
the East Coast, all the East Coast
what restaurants
HBCUs.
have you had in the East Coast? And you tried the bread and you're like, nah, Colorado's better.
I never, bro. It's all
What are we
chain
talking
restaurants.
about? Yeah, what are we talking about, guys? What are we
We're all
talking
we're
about?
talking about chain.
Is there
Anyways.
not a Texas Roadhouse in like
Every
Florida or
state?
somewhere? Like what the fuck? Like
Yeah,
what are we
but
talking about?
restaurants in different states taste different.
And that's fine
First
when we
of
get
all.
there. So what's
Second of all, if you go to that
your own
state, they
experience
have
of
their
restaurants that
own
you-
restaurant.
So we're clearly
And you're
talking
telling
about.
me Texas Roadhouse is the best one?
from
In
wait,
America?
the
Oh wait, are you
restaurants.
talking about
That-
wait,
Of all the
from the person who
restaurants
said
that
the
you tried?
baguette from Panera Bread?
No. I
Joseph.
said Panera Bread updated their baguettes and now it's good.
So does that
But
make
I
it the
didn't
best
say-
bread?
So then what's
Wait,
your
no,
best
I
bread?
said
I didn't say
Okay,
it was the best
what's your
bread.
best bread?
Panera doesn't count because that's not
I
complimentary.
know. I wasn't
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just saying
complimentary.
because I talked about
I would just say
Longhorns.
Church's chicken. Church's chicken.
Oh yeah,
That
see, that's
biscuits?
different.
That's so good.
I'm talking about in.
So good.
Oh, yeah,
And
sorry.
biscuits.
Also,
That's good.
is a biscuit considered bread? I feel like that's a big
What
type
good.
of question?
Yeah, what's happening right now?
Bro,
J.da P,
Because
come on.
bread
Nah,
and,
you
Who's not
can't.
pushing P right now?
and baked goods are
Said, watch how you
different.
try to wrap around to the main topic of this episode.
That the UK
Oh,
is
man.
stupid. Why do they call cookies biscuits?
What?
Anyway, you know what's
No, I
crazy
agree.
though?
Crumpets? What's a crumpet?
A crumpet is a.
I was gonna say.
It's a person who crumps.
But nah, the best bread. Let
You
me get my
fucking
answer.
crumpet?
So the
Okay.
best bread, hands down. I agree. Texas Roadhouse. That honey butter is crazy.
Why'd you
Whatever.
say-
What about cinnamon, but it's a
Okay,
square.
but the butter is not the bread.
You put the bread on the butter.
So
put the
the
butter on the
butter,
bread.
I'm talking about the bread. Because look,
No, if you had to eat something plain, no
it by
condiments.
itself is still good.
I feel like the
And bread is more than just its own self. It's the stuff that you put on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a
if I
sandwich.
have no.
But
That
anyways,
is not a sandwich.
I
Nah.
agree with you. No, I agree
Yeah,
with
like
you
you have to be
It's
able
like,
to
it has to be
eat-
the
you
bread.
have to be
How
able
does
to eat the bread.
taste?
The bread is still
Plain.
gas.
Because
What
look,
do you
if you
mean?
if you said like, because like Olive
That's
Garden, if I had one of those breadsticks,
You can't use Olive Garden because Olive Garden
That's
is
good.
glazed with is already. If you want to use that, the bread
But even
itself is
the
not.
bread
Real
itself
quick,
is good.
you
Real quick.
glaze it when you bake
Even with
it.
all that,
You
even
glaze
with
it when
all
you
that,
bake it.
even with all these options that we're saying, you still choose pumpernickel
Yeah.
bread, my man.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
yeah.
Just-
Out of all
She's not signing with
complimentary-
you
So
on that part.
I think we don't know.
I
Okay,
get
look.
the texture.
So we don't know who's
Have
right.
do you know what
We
I'm
don't know
talking
who's right,
about?
but we
Yeah.
know who's wrong.
Pumpernickel
We definitely know
from-
who's wrong, though.
Yeah.
Like
But
that is just
specific-
incorrect
you're
answer.
saying
I didn't
This
ask
is a
that
right. This
question.
is a
from
right or wrong, and you are
cheesecakes.
incorrect.
I asked the question. I guess.
I feel like we need to move on from bread, y'all. I could talk about food all
I
day.
think
You
we
Bread
should.
could,
specifically.
and I feel like
But let's move on.
I don't know. Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So speaking of bread,
How much money y'all make? What you
nah,
talking about?
speaking of bread, you know, artists
Bread
they
and
make
bread
bread.
winners.
Let's talk about bread. Nah, bro, but like, so
Big
you know
bread.
how Kendra's new stuff just came out or whatever, right? That sparked the conversation, like because of course, like we're thinking about, you know, he's really good right now. He's on the come up, or he's there.
He's
right?
on the come
He's
up.
on the come up. I didn't mean that, but like he's there
That's
right now.
very
He's
disrespectful.
but like he's there. You feel me?
Throw out
But
the big words.
who do y'all think? Who do y'all think? Who do y'all think is the best artist of our current generation?
Define artist.
We can talk about every
Are we
category.
gonna get into the
We can talk
logistics
about
of
the
this?
different categories. So
Yeah.
like, starting with like best MC or
You
leading
cannot say
MC
artist.
of our generation.
You can't just say artist in general because that's a big pool, like she said. So we have to
So
specify the
didn't we
genres.
just say that we were
Yeah.
gonna?
Yeah.
Bro, you,
Yeah.
you
We
definitely
were
just missed part of the.
No, I didn't because you still said artist. You didn't
Yeah,
say
but
like
like,
specific-
No, but
But
ATD
just
was
now.
like, so let's talk about this specifically first.
But what genre did he say?
MC.
That we're
Yeah,
getting
you
ready to start
definitely
with.
missed a good chunk.
Oh
of
my
Yeah.
gosh! I don't know
Just
what
saying.
I don't know what
That's
planet
why
you on
we
right
listen
now.
to understand and not listen to respond.
I hope
I
we
know
got
that you're
that
not
clearly,
talking.
bro.
I heard the
Fire.
conversation.
Miss Quickfire. That's
I
fine.
heard.
So let
I'm
the
quick
conversation
fire
Bro,
because I
homeboy
can hear
laughed,
the end
bro.
of the conversation and then
I didn't.
Homeboy's
you
Yeah, I
did.
heard
He
MC.
zoned in on something. I don't know what he was.
Still loading.
He was locked in.
He's still on the bread. He said, "Damn, bro, bread was out."
said, man, I'm
He said,
hungry.
MCs. Yep. Let's talk about them.
"Yeah, bro."
Since
So,
you brought it up,
yeah, bro.
Okay,
the top
okay.
MC of right now.
So
Who you thinking?
I don't want to just do one because then that's like because I feel like we're all gonna have the same answer. So I'll give a few. I think obviously Kendrick. I think.
Can you put Drake?
Drake?
Nah, can you put Drake?
Not Drake. I said Drake.
Well,
Oh.
you just-
Dr. Dre
Drizzy Dre.
In terms of
of
MC.
our generation.
Yeah, it's a
No,
our
I'm
generation.
seeing it. No, I didn't.
Oh, I was
Is
I was
there-
like, I was getting ready. I was like,
What?
Is there anyone of our generation? What's our generation?
No,
actively
not-
still
yeah,
making
not-
music.
actively still
Actively
like
still
mainstream.
making
Okay,
music.
so they can be
music
old
now.
as shit.
If they still
But still
producing,
count.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
would
they're
say
still in the
our
mainstream
generation.
of what we're doing, or
Oh,
of
so we're
where
talking
we're at.
mainstream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. No, it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm
See, there's
saying.
so many
They're
categories.
And that's where we're
releasing
getting-
music now,
I'm trying to get
and
that down.
because like say Dr. Dre makes music sometimes, right?
Uh-huh.
But he's not like actively like pushing out albums all the time. Like
But are you counting them as the best of all time because they're only doing?
we're not saying
something
all
in
the
their
time.
craft?
Our
My
generation.
question was
Oh, okay,
leading
but
of our
yes,
generation.
But
Mhm.
are they only leading in the generation around music? Because there's a lot of artists who are doing music plus. So if they're
Which
putting
is
out
true.
What is
music, but they're
music plus?
like shoes,
Are you talking about
clothes.
More
We're
than
talking
music,
about
though.
music.
I
Why
know,
would you-
but like,
listen to what she's saying.
I'm,
Listen to what she's
that's what I'm asking. Like, are we only talking about they're the greatest of the generation because of the music, or are we talking holistically as
Because of
an
the music.
artist? Okay.
Here's your take.
Are we all on the same page?
We good?
We'll
Everybody,
get there.
we're all-
Yeah.
We'll get on the same.
Are you
page.
still
So we're,
not on the
I feel
same
like
we're
still
talking
getting
It's fun.
specifically MCs right now.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Define an MC.
You want to define MC, Mr. Rapper, sir?
Ha. You should not have done that. So understand, MC stands for McDonald's Associate. I'm joking.
That's MA, but all right.
Could you take
try to
it?
make a
Also,
joke.
MC is spelled EMC.
Let's look it up because I don't want to get this wrong.
Is it?
Yeah.
MC just means master of ceremony or whatever. Like, yeah.
It's
But
it's
that's
spelled
technically the-
EMCE.
You know what's crazy?
No, that's an MC of a show. This MC as in MC.
Okay.
There's two different
We
types of
really
MC.
diving into this.
This
I'm
is
gonna
like
look it up.
there,
Hold
there,
on.
there.
Well, let's get there.
222.
Let's educate
My
ourselves.
goodness, we getting ready to.
Might
Yeah,
as
we're
well.
getting
The April Fool's
You know what's
episode,
crazy?
bro. This must be crazy. Like, my goodness, no
You know
way.
what's crazy? My introduction to the term MC within hip hop was within. It's funny. It sounds so stupid. Within the Get Down from the Netflix show. You guys
I've never
remember that?
seen- what's the
I haven't
Get
seen
Down?
it. What? It was a Netflix show that was taking part of the 80s, 70s, a time when hip hop was starting to really pop. When there was like DJ Hercule, is it Hercule? DJ Flash.
What are you talking about? Oh,
The Get Down, like the
Mhm.
Netflix show. That was my first introduction to the term MC and understanding what
Grandmaster
MCs
Flash,
did. And Grandmaster Flash, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, all of those people. And that was my introduction to it.
You
And I
don't
was just
know any of them?
I don't know none of these people.
It's crazy.
do you listen
Wow.
to? Have you ever heard Run
Not of
DMC?
our generation.
Run DMC, I've learned like a little, like I've
You niggas were tripping when I was
crazy.
asking.
I
Like,
know.
what the heck?
Is that
I
1
got
year
you.
gap? Is that 1 year
That
gap?
one, that 1 year
Unless they
gap
still
is
make
strong.
music.
Like,
Showing
yeah.
right
They
now.
still make
For
music
real.
and they
That's a
can't.
lot of old ass
Apparently.
motherfuckers.
But do they still make music?
Like, what does that mean?
Do they still
But
make
anyway,
music?
If you whatever
No, not really.
your answer is, we'll take that
No,
answer.
but
Like people
'cause I'm
like
what-
say, like who's someone? I wouldn't say he's still making music.
no, we get we're
what's
on the
his
same
face?
page.
I bet.
We were just talking
Okay, yeah,
about.
we're
So
very
what
is-
straying
what is an
far
MC?
away from
Cool.
the
Yeah.
So
conversation.
what is
Yeah.
your
So at MC, we were all right. It's like it's
I was
no.
definitely not.
MC as in the letters MC or
Wait.
EMCEE
Mhm.
means what you said, master of
Master of
ceremonies
ceremony.
or mic controller, and just
Gotcha.
basically
My
means a rapper.
controller. That's what I remember. Okay.
But basically, we're just talking about rappers. Is the long and short of it.
And then we can get to other.
And then we can get to
artists.
yeah. So who's the best rapper of our generation?
Okay,
Bop, bop. There we go.
so
This is like personal opinion and not based
Very
on
much.
how many awards each person.
Yeah,
Yes,
based off
yes.
personal opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your
what if it
opinion
was?
can and will
That'd
be
be
wrong,
tough.
but it's fine.
and also.
And that's all men. Like it's
If
all
you-
men. Where are the
Whatever
women
your
at? There's
answer
one,
is.
two.
3. I said.
I would
This is
strongly argue that Nicki is definitely up there, but we can talk. We'll get there. Get your take. Here.
That is. Yeah, I'd agree with you that argument
Okay.
too.
Let's go. Get your take.
We had a whole debate about this too.
So, greatest MCs, because I'm gonna start with Kendrick. Kendrick is
Missy Elliott?
he's up there. Missy
Count
Elliott.
as a rapper?
That's what I was just thinking about right
Man,
now. That's why I
If
brought it
you don't
up.
let him get his take off, goddamn, man, we gonna be here all night. Like,
All right, so Kendrick.
yeah,
Can I continue?
Is this
right. Like,
order or you're just naming your
Oh no,
tops?
yeah, this is not in order. I would
Okay.
still say Kendrick is still my top though.
put it
Okay.
in. Put it in order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in order.
Ooh,
Please.
order then.
Put it in order.
Top 3.
Kodak Black.
I was getting ready. Said, look, 6'9", hot take. 6'9" is. I'm gonna stand on that rock. Go for it. We go. That's the take that I'm gonna have.
So yeah, okay. I think at least the people that I listen to a lot, because like of their influence, is
Put an influence in there.
like I like Joey Badass a lot. Let me look through
Yeah?
that thing. Joey Badass is good. He's not someone who like people listen to a bunch. But then who else is there? There's name off some rappers. And I'll say there. Drake. I would say he's a leading artist of our generation, but I wouldn't say like I would put him above in skill and
Yeah,
influence as much, except when you're talking about mainstream.
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye. I mean, his influence shows.
Mm.
You know, like you can't say that he don't got the influence.
Interesting.
Let me see.
Young Thug.
Young Thug. I don't listen to him a bunch.
I'm
Did
just
you
thinking
just
stuff
put
out
Young
there.
Thug next to?
No,
No,
he said
oh,
name
dude,
rappers.
a lot of
My
people
bad.
do-
Oh, my fault. I
but-
missed it. I missed
But
it.
a
I
lot
don't
of
get
people
ready to
do
be
put
like.
Young Thug up there with a lot of people because of his
They do.
influence.
Because of influence. I was going to say
Yeah.
because of influence, he did have an
But are
influence.
we talking about
which was
influence or are we
heavy.
talking about music?
I was gonna say because if we talk about
Music
So
influence,
if we're
is
talking about
influence.
style of music,
if we talk about
then-
influence,
Music is so influential.
if we talking about influence,
Mhm.
have to talk about 6ix9ine. I don't give a fuck. We have to talk
He had
about
no
6ix9ine.
influence. What do you mean?
I think at least on the rap, at least on like
Yeah, I'm interested.
around like based off of numbers,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put 6ix9ine up there with some of their
Numbers?
headrunners.
Show me his numbers.
I'm about to show you right now. I pulled it up because I knew that we were going to talk about it as soon as I said it. So look,
Because you also have to take into account how he got to those numbers.
I think it
And
doesn't matter in my head. It does
I think
not
it
matter. I don't
does
think it
because
matters.
then, like you're saying, like, because then you could put Lil Nas up there in terms of influence because he got the most streamed song of all time, whatever that record was.
Also, his
Because,
music's
but
good.
about how he got up there is
Mhm.
different than how other people get up to that level of numbers.
I
Would
think
you put him on
based
par
off
with
of
Kendrick?
not, I wouldn't put him, but based off of numbers, right? I'm going off his straight YouTube stats
We're
right now.
talking about
currently.
music, not numbers.
I know, but I just want to bring this. I just want to bring this take. I just want to bring this take in. So
Okay.
6ix9ine, bruh. Homeboy, he got released like about a year ago, or whatever, right?
Mhm.
What was it? What was his like first day out video? It was like Yaya or whatever, I think.
They all sound the same.
They all do. They all do.
Sticky
But
something like that.
a year ago, right? As soon as he put it out, he had what was it? 241. Like right now, it sits at 241 million views or whatever. And when he
You're
first
just
got
looking
out,
at YouTube views?
I'm just looking at YouTube,
Bro,
and we can
you
look at streams and
cannot.
shit too.
Yeah,
we
I was
can
about to
talk about
because
streams and
music
all that shit.
videos are on a whole different level than streams.
You want to talk about stream? All right, hold on.
Because if you're talking about streaming numbers,
Yeah, go to
I
Spotify.
bet
What's the
it's
streaming
dog
on
shit.
Spotify?
I bet
what
it's
like
dog
his
shit.
ranking?
What's the streaming on Spotify?
All right, but
Because I feel like people go to Spotify or Apple Music for sponsor us.
So look,
for
so-
any of that stuff.
What was his newest shit? No, okay.
Because
So
if we're talking about numbers, NBA YoungBoy's up there.
Yeah.
But
He's up there.
I still don't think he's
Wanna talk
topping
about influence as well?
Homeboy.
You don't think he's topping 6ix9ine in numbers?
In numbers, Homeboy,
Nah, I think NBA got
I don't know, bro.
NBA definitely got that.
NBA has that.
Cause like, look, so his most popular song right now is Fifi or whatever, right? And it has like
That's
696 million streams or whatever, right?
I say that's
So
nothing.
I don't know. Compared to who?
Compared to most other artists.
I disagree.
Let's name some off
Like,
that,
okay,
that
say-
compete with that.
Yeah, bring up a Drake song. What's his top song? And
I
what are
got you.
his top three
Yeah,
songs?
That was a good person to
and
bring
the,
up.
yeah,
That was a good person
and
to
the
bring up.
numbers that brings in.
That would be ridiculous if they were on par.
Even so One Dance is technically his top one, but One Dance came out like years ago. You feel me? One Dance came out like that is like,
Fifi came out years ago.
but like One Dance came out like that's like a decade ago, if that.
All
You feel
right.
me? So
when
like,
did, when did
Yeah, but
Fifi
it
come
still
out?
counts.
Fifi
Yeah.
came out like a couple years ago.
But
That's
I feel
what we're
like
saying.
that's
Oh,
still
Fifi came out like
counts.
a year ago.
No,
A year?
no,
About,
the
like-
one with Nicki.
Fifi came out, if not like 2 years
What-
ago.
Is
if
Fifi
that.
the one that came out with Nicki? That was definitely not during the pandemic.
That was before pandemic.
That's what I'm saying, right?
So that's not 2
That's
years
more
ago.
than a year ago.
It's more than 2 years.
Yeah, the one that came out with Nicki.
These
That
last
was
years has been a blur for Josh.
Yeah, literally, bro. No cap.
It's
So
just like,
Fifi came out in that's on his Dummy Boy album. That was in 2018 or whatever, right?
And when did
Um,
One Dance come out?
One Dance came out way
It's like 2015
Yeah,
or something.
20 like
That's a
2012.
3-year
No?
difference, I feel like.
yeah, that definitely.
That's-
counts. Well, how many streams does One Dance have?
So One Dance has 2.3 billion, but
That is a
I know, yeah, but that was a
600 million.
that was
With
a
a
solid.
Even in 3
Yeah.
years
With
from
a
now, 3 years from now,
Even
Fifi
still.
will not
Bring
reach
up somebody
that.
else that is not Drake status.
What
'Cause
about
Drake is
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
Nick,
fired.
what about Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, Nicki. What's
Nicki
Nicki's
Minaj.
top?
Or
has.
Megan or Cardi or
Yeah, Cardi even.
Cardi,
Cardi B. I'm sure her.
All three
of
them, bro.
Lizzo,
All
I
three
think
of them, man.
technically kind
Doja
of counts.
K?
Doja.
Lauryn Hill.
Doja must have.
Jeez, we did have
like,
a lot of people.
Damn, bro, we should cut this out. We should cut this take
Why?
out.
Why?
Nah, WAP.
Oh, how much is
How much
WAP?
does WAP have?
I like it. It has 1.3.
Yeah.
1.3.
And that came out. Did that come out after?
Billion?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that came out
So,
after FIFA.
L take, move on to all right. Back to
Yeah.
top three
6ix9ine.
artists. Who's our top
So
three
what
artists?
was that about 6ix9ine?
So my top three artists are like
Irrelevant.
Kendrick, J Cole, but nah.
I mean, yeah, J. Cole, and then like Nicki. You have to throw Nicki in.
Yeah.
in like top
That's fair.
for sure.
What are y'all
Mhm.
basing your tops on? Like, what is it in their music that puts them at the top?
I'll say this. For me, I'm basing my tops off of style, off of influence, and off of longevity. You feel me?
No, but we're just talking straight music. I don't want to know how many followers they have. I don't want to know their influence.
Oh no, because look, if we're talking about just music and who makes the best music, then like the list definitely changes. I'm talking about like MC as an artist.
Which is based on music.
Well, not just their music, because if we're just talking about
literally asked this question. I said, "Are we talking about awards? Are we talking?" I literally asked this question. Y'all said no.
Awards.
From what I remember, I said artistry. They said music, but I think we were all confused about that.
Okay, well, I want to know music only. If people didn't have Instagram followers and people didn't get awards and people didn't have
I think it would be Drake.
Okay. Talk about music.
If we're talking about just music, yeah.
That he has the best? Like, what are you, like she said, what are we basing that off of? Like, just within the music criteria,
bops.
like bops, like you can vibe to it, dance, like
all
what?
Of it. I don't know. However you enjoy music.
Just like
if you enjoy this music the most, then like you would put them up there.
Okay.
And like if you look on most people's end of the year numbers, like like their top 10 artists, Drake is always on there.
Yeah, but we're not talking about other people. I'm talking about y'all.
Can I finish my thing? Yes. I'm saying people enjoy Drake's music. That's what I'm saying. As in like they're always listening to Drake because he makes good music.
Yeah, but I don't care about people. I care about ATD.
And I said Drake.
Okay. So you're including yourself. You just enjoy
very much,
music.
Okay.
On my top 3, that's different. That's different for everybody. Cause like my shit would be. Because I would say Tyler. I like Tyler a lot. Tyler the Creator. I think he's out, bro. Corso or like I guess his whole new album or whatever. What is it? My fault. Call Me If You Get Lost. Gas. I feel like he was robbed.
Flower Boy was good too.
Flower Boy, like Igor, bro. Tyler, like he's never included in these conversations, but I feel like he should be included in these conversations because, like, I just feel like he's just really like I don't know, man. I like Tyler a lot. Tyler, Kendrick, and the reason why I say Tyler, J. Cole, and Kendrick, and the only reason why I put those two up there is only because every time they drop anything, everybody's on that shit. Kendrick can go missing for like about 5-10 years, like which he damn near did, and he dropped something a couple days ago. That shit's gonna be number 1.
And it was good though.
It was exactly
like
also that.
But people listen to Drake.
That's debatable.
Ooh, you didn't like the off
And I went to the concert.
That's debatable. We can debate it because
I just don't feel like it hit as hard as some of his other stuff. Like Kids on Drugs.
KLD
some of his old stuff, like those things. I don't know.
Well enough though.
I feel like good enough though.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you already hold him up to a standard, and that standard is
I think the thing is that the difference between that, what I say, is I think that he reached that standard. I think that he did well within the off season, and he did.
I'm saying there should be no standards,
but compared to the rest of the stuff,
I look at it as all as an evolution of style and an evolution to him himself. The off season was something that where he's already solidified himself within. Let's go to For Your Eyes Only. I want to say 2014 for his whole drive. That's when everybody hopped on, but I want to say solidification happened For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only.
Wow.
They did it, but I liked it.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
It, yeah.
I liked For Your Eyes Only, and you saying that, that's the same. That's my reaction to off season when you say you didn't like it. It's an evolution to him and his growth as an individual and as an artist. You feel me? The off season was him just cruising through it, saying that this is my shit. I've got this. This is the off season. This is shit that I work on the off season. Fuck is you talking about? It's light work at this point.
Sounded like the off season.
Like
no
that's what it is. Because it's in prep for the fall off or whatever he's coming out with next.
Which I know everybody gonna want to see. He announced that shit like years ago, or some shit like that. He's been talking about that or whatever. He's been announced that since KOD. Exactly, and everybody will be waiting for
Dreamville,
the same
guys.
people.
That man is gas.
I think
Dreamville's going down.
I feel like if you don't put J. Cole up there, bro, I feel like
in terms of music, because I'm saying in music. In enjoyable music, because obviously he makes enjoyable music, but
get the fuck.
No. Okay,
he said okay.
I think
enjoyable music.
I'll say I enjoyed Revenge of the Dreamers 3 more than the off season.
That's fair. Yeah, I love the
because of the music. There were so many different styles.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I'll give you
bops on there that I enjoyed so heavy.
I'll give you that.
This is subjective.
But
very much
as a whole,
Yeah, of course.
Like,
No, we're using a
Yeah.
calculated list. How we're
right. So we're gonna do a ranking system.
I agree with J. Cole though. I
Right.
just didn't like his last album. And that's fair.
Which you can
Yeah.
have that.
Mhm.
But
I like it.
as an artist, definitely in my top. Just
Mhm.
I think because I just said Drake, but like I think
I don't
in
wanna
terms of
use
like
them now.
music,
But thank you.
it would probably be like Drake #1, and then
Amine's getting up there.
I would still put Kendrick at 2 because like I'll still,
Under. Well, based off of what? I'm sorry.
I listen to Drake more than I
Oh,
listen
based
to
off your
Kendrick.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm talking
I
about
was
like in
whoa.
because like like Kendrick has a lot of bangers, but Drake
I
has a
listen to
lot
More
more
bangers, yeah.
yeah, and so
He
like,
got the formula.
yeah,
He
yeah,
definitely
he
got the
got,
formula.
and he's always like, you know, call him a culture vulture. I do, but like he knows what's good music.
He
knows what
does.
people like
He
to
does.
hear.
Essence.
He
When
knows
you
what
listen
people
to
like to
Essence
hear.
with WizKid that popped out, that boy stole that.
You wouldn't
for
call him a
T.
culture vulture,
Ever, yeah. How is he a culture vulture?
bro. You remember his song "Signs"?
No.
No,
Like,
but that song,
that's my
it was
problem
like
now.
that was like a some like what would you call it? It's like some Islander R&B shit, and it's like
okay. I thought you
it's
said like he
like
was stealing from
that,
the black.
he
I
released
said
that. No,
he's black. I was like, how was your?
no. I'm saying he like steals from
Within
other
the diaspora.
Yeah, with
Got it.
like he takes from like a bunch of different music styles, even
He
though
just
it's,
hops onto the wave.
yeah,
We
that's
got
yeah.
some.
But yeah,
We got some comments.
Man, I see
Go
them,
ahead.
man. They gonna be.
Yeah.
Let's read them.
Y'all are funny in the comments.
Let's read 'em.
I wanna. What's up, Build and Grow?
I wanna build a
Johnny
with
Doe
you.
wants to open the conversation to best rapper of all time, which I was thinking about this a little bit earlier because, like,
time,
it,
I can't.
like,
But this take is about to
but
be.
wait. Let me justify it. We can leave it at that, or we can go into it. But there are a lot of rappers who would still be making music today if they weren't murdered.
Are you getting ready to say that Tupac or Biggie are?
No,
is the greatest
no.
rapper of
Even
all time?
some
I
of the
wanna
more
listen to
recent
what
ones
she
who
was gonna say.
like Pop
Juice
Smoke
WRLD.
just passed away recently.
Yeah,
Like
Juice WRLD as well.
all of these people.
X would be
who-
released.
I was gonna say X
Yeah.
would be on top right now.
Check out
and
Jocelyn
that
Flores.
shit.
My name is Jocelyn.
X would definitely be on top if he was still making music for sure. Juice
X
WRLD
would
too,
be.
like
Yeah.
Juice
Right.
WRLD too. Yeah.
But that's what I'm
Man.
saying. So
Mac
so-
Miller too.
Oh my
I mean, well,
gosh.
I wouldn't
Mac
even say
Miller
Mac Miller, like, because Mac
still
Miller
in
was
my top.
big. Yeah, he's still in top,
He's
but like
still
a
in
lot
my
of people
top.
didn't hop onto him until
Until he
Yeah,
died.
literally.
Nah,
But,
he's
yeah.
still in my
Nipsey Hussle.
top.
Bro, X started. Okay, so I didn't understand this take, like, till I understood this take, or whatever, right? But people were always like, X created a whole new genre of music, da 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 da. And I was like, did he though? I was like, did X do X, Y, Z? And then I started listening to some of that shit, and I was like, oh yeah, he was definitely the influence for niggas
Very
like
much.
Juice, niggas like Ski Mask, niggas like
I would
even
say
the lesser
Ski
ones.
Mask. They came out around.
They
the
came
same
out together.
time.
They came
Yeah.
out.
But I would say,
I don't
but
think
like
he
I
bit
guess.
off of him.
I think they.
Ski
Oh
Mask
yeah,
was
Ski
on
Mask didn't
each
bite
other.
off of him. No. But I'm saying like X is the one that popularized
Oh,
that
yeah.
genre of music at the
Yeah.
I
very
see what you're
beginning.
saying. Yeah.
He like
Mhm.
opened doors for other people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He walked so people could run type shit.
But that's what I mean. So we could open the conversation and count people who would
I don't
still be
think we
making
can.
music.
Watch me piss off the old heads. I feel like that the
Damn.
new generation of music far surpasses the old generation of music.
Define that.
I feel like the old generation, I would say 2000s or 2005 or 2008 or whatever and backwards. Whatever we call oldies. You feel me? Anything that you
Actually,
consider
support
oldies,
this.
I feel like
I
does
actually might
not
support this.
I
I'm
do
not gonna lie.
not think holds a candle to the shit that we have now.
Wow.
And I
That is
feel
a hot take.
yeah, I
That's
feel
a
like
very
there's not
hot
like
take.
a
Wait.
candle to the shit that we
Yes,
have
Didn't
now.
you
Lord.
just say you missed
6ix9ine,
the old Kanye?
yes. Oh wait, what? Yeah, but like that's so like
Old
you mean
Kanye is
2012,
but
pre.
yeah, I mean like I mean 2012 Kanye. I mean 2012. But I feel like
Nah,
because I feel like when we talk about this topic or whatever,
It
right?
is.
We end up talking about like people are like, oh yeah, Tupac was the great, Biggie was the greatest, DMX, all the old names or whatever, right? T.I.,
Let's not even
whatever.
further back to people prior to
Yeah.
them too.
And even right, and I cannot disagree more. I feel like today's
Wow.
music
hot take.
trumps over
That's a hot
that
take.
old
Come on, Rakim,
stuff.
bro. What about Most Def, bro?
That's a take.
Like,
that's yours is a take.
I
But
feel
it might
like
be one that
you
I
can
have
bring
on
up
to.
any name, and I feel like just within the
You listen to Most Def?
a little bit, like just a tad, like.
Can we
I was
say
like,
a tad though?
It's
Can
all
we add a tad into it?
the same.
That's fair.
And
I don't
feel
think
like
we
it's
can add a tad into it. I think we'd actually have to digest and dissect those older rappers and compare
Yeah,
it
so
to.
you'll say,
I'm with you.
I'm
I'm with
like,
you. I'm saying,
right.
You
And
say
I'm
out of
saying-
all the people you've listened to.
which is
and
all you can
even
compare
then,
it to.
and even then, because like rap back then or whatever, right?
Wu-Tang, bro.
Rap back then, right, was all pretty much the same. You feel me? Not in
It's
style,
all the same
not in style.
now.
Right. Just hear me out. Not in style, but in the topics that they talked about. Everyone like gangsta
Even
rap
then,
and all
no.
that shit. It's top 3 things that people talked about in rap back in the day.
What was it?
Right?
What were those top 3 things?
Gang shit.
Still do that today.
Right. But here's the difference. So they talked about gang shit. And that was the biggest one. That's the biggest thing that was
I would
going
not
on.
say that was the
I
biggest. You're talking
like
about
the
what
biggest
era?
thing. I'm talking about like the 90s,
Objectification
like 90s,
of women.
80s,
Still
objectification
do
of
that.
women,
Still do that.
and
I would say
like,
gang shit was most of what they were
what do you
talking
think?
about.
What else were they talking about?
If you listen to certain artists, yeah, but like,
What else were they
And
talking
it's not even gang shit.
they were
it's,
talking about.
it's like where they grew up. It's not gang shit how y'all would see it from Green Valley Ranch, Colorado. it's gang shit like they grew up in
and
the
I see
projects.
it.
That's
And I'm not
real.
discrediting what they're saying was like real, true, like from the heart or whatever.
Mhm.
But, however, does that make it as good as the shit that's going on today?
What it makes it different? I feel like you just brought up topics in which people are still rapping about to this day. I don't understand.
But I feel like
your
there's
point.
so much. I feel like there's so much more
variety
and
in
stylistically.
style or variety in what? In
Because
topics?
you can argue
variety and style, like variety. I feel like there's so much
So
more variety
your thing
today,
is
and I feel
that
like that makes it better than the shit back.
Okay,
in the day.
I'm
And I feel
listening
like
to
as
what
well
you're
as even the top, if we try to compare the top artists from back in the day or whatever, like just to like bring it down to like a simple construct, the top artists from back in the day, I don't feel like are matching the top artists of today. That is my take. That's the take that
this
I
is
want
where
to
this is
say.
where
That's my
I
take.
like, because I thought something similar, not to that extreme, because that's a wild take.
Why is
But
he rambling?
I think
he's the perfect person to be talking for this.
so. I think it's like I was watching not too long ago. I was watching like an Eddie Murphy stand up, right? And I was like just watching it, and it was like I forget which one. I feel it probably was Delirious. Yeah, we was wearing the red.
Yep.
It was Delirious. So like I was just watching it, and I was like, I've heard all of this before. And it's like, it's not because it's bad or it's not funny, but it's because like we've been influenced and we bit from that, and that's in all of our comedy now. So does that make his stuff worse or our stuff better?
Look, and this is kind of going onto the take that, so Mr. DG, right? I'm looking at your comment. He says 90% of the music nowadays samples from all the music that you say, like from all the music back in the day, right? And I feel like
literal song track,
and
like
I feel like that is, and I feel like that is what we call innovation. I feel like that makes it better. You feel me? I don't think that's cultural because it's just like no, because if we're talking about certain, we can talk about certain artists or whatever. It's not plagiarism. Miss me, no.
Because people have been taken to court. Artists have taken other artists to court because they have used the exact soundtrack.
And there are ways around that. There are ways around that. But there's a way that they can get right.
But if we're just talking about sampling, like actual sampling. Because they're like sometimes that happens where people just like literally word for word, bar for word, just steal shit. But if we're talking about legit sampling,
that's more respectful.
Yeah,
because like you know where it comes from,
literally,
and they know you know where it comes from.
And I feel like that, I feel like that's called innovation. I feel like that is another argument to why our artists are better than the artists.
I wouldn't say it's better.
I
say it's built off of, but like, I wouldn't say it's better.
I would call it better
because like if you were to put the same artists from back then and today, same conditions, they would just come out with the same stuff. It's just off of influence.
I feel like
and
if
we're
talking about
what
style,
are they using
technology,
back then
our technology's
versus
gotten
what
better.
resources do they have now?
I feel like if we took the best artists from back in the day and put them to now, right? And let's assume, because of course they would just they would adapt to what is good now,
Yeah.
which is, like quit playing. But let's say that they didn't or whatever, right? It was just straight up, they are here, they keep doing the same style, they keep on doing their same flows, and they keep on doing their same stuff. They might be mid, but they wouldn't be big. And I feel like they would not hold a candle to the niggas who are big. That's
like if Bone Thugs and Harmony were out today, bro, they go crazy.
They go
stupid.
I
think they would.
But I feel like that's assuming they wouldn't, like you said, that's assuming they wouldn't evolve. If they're the best of their time, it's because they are good at evolving.
I don't think that they would evolve into the shit that we be doing now.
So what, you think we're all, like, everyone today is smarter than everyone back then?
Or everyone back then didn't have the right
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Because I want to say smarter, more knowledgeable, maybe.
More knowledgeable.
But that's also because we have more resources. But if you were to put them
however we want to say better, we can sit here and skip around the word better.
Because I'll say they are a product of our time, and you can say to me they make more enjoyable music than they did back then. But you can't say they're better.
I just hate the
better. I think
personally,
I feel like the LeBron and MJ take. My fault. What's that?
No, I'm like personally, you like music now versus old school music.
And I feel like it's like the LeBron MJ take.
I just told Bailey you can listen to old school music.
I feel like it's like the LeBron.
No, I think you have to include that too.
You don't care about my take. I'm joking. Nah, it's like nah, but nah, I feel y'all. But again, I feel like it's like the LeBron. Go for it, bro. What you gotta say?
No, you finished.
The kids are fighting.
I was just gonna say to kind of add on to this. I like the mixture that people are doing now too. So like a little fusion of genres that people have going on. The little rap pop thing that's going right now. So you have artists like we were just listening to him last night in like the hot tub, right? Like we were listening to Playboy Cardi, right? Like little thing where he adds 808 tracks and he adds a little rock star type of vibe, you know? Well, remember when Lil Uzi type shit though. Like remember when Lil Uzi said, "I'm not a rapper, I'm a rock star" type shit, you know? Like the little vibe that they have going on, this innovation, like he said, the little mixture of genres that they have going on. Maybe I won't say that they're better, but I definitely like the little switch up and the little fusion that they have got going on.
I'm gonna expand this take to other parts of music too, and I'll be like with Ariana Grande sampling. I forgot what she sampled, but in
like 6 different things.
Yeah, but let's talk about like it's like I love the way you make me feel. I love it.
With Mac Miller.
Yeah. Right. So like that's sampled off of. I forgot. I don't know what that's sampled off of. I forget what that's sampled off of. But I heard the old thing, and I heard Ariana's music, and I'm like, Ariana is it could be again just because like I'm in this generation or whatever. I didn't grow up back then or whatever, right? But I would even say I feel like
I
feel like
I said I
right, but I feel like even if you was to bring the people who did grow up with that music and compare it to and to have them listen to Ariana's stuff, they'd be like, okay, this is a lot better. And it was something that was
saying she's doing too much with the vocals, too much with the music, too much with everything.
I mean, because even back then, like back in, like you could even look back in like the 80s, they were still sampling music from back then. It's just
this is true.
Yeah, it's just true. It's all the same. It's like, and again, like you, someone who doesn't really listen to old school, and then someone like us who have more experience.
The adults in the room.
Are you saying
the big boys?
Are you disagreeing with the take? So you don't think?
I disagree with the take entirely. Yeah, because like again, there's some artists who make music who can't even who people can't even hold a candle up to now.
Like who?
Bro, I still say Mos Def is sliding. Mos Def makes amazing music. He even still makes some music today. And then there's people like Wu-Tang, they made bops. And then like I said, Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'll still be bumping them. And it's just like that kind of music, you can't just listen to a song.
I also
this shit was, bro. I don't know if we'll get plagiarized. I won't play this too loud. But Mrs. Fat Booty or whatever, right? Jid sampled Mrs. Fat Booty, and I feel like Jid's stuff is so much better.
Mos Def sampled that from another song.
Which, however you want to cut it, I feel like Jid's stuff is better than like even the first song. This seems like it's one of his
but that's just like of its time, because like you'll look at trap music and be like, obviously this is better, but I mean to you, yeah.
I feel like it's like mom jeans though. Like mom jeans are still mom jeans, but they're popular now, and people wear them different because they wear them with crop tops and they roll up the bottoms. And
wow, they do wear mom jeans. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like that's very much our generation right now. Is that we sample from everything. We sample in fashion. We sample in music. We sample in everything. But it's because I don't think it makes it better. I just think it makes it different.
I think it makes it better.
It can make it different. It can make it different, but it can make it better.
Because like mom jeans, when they were popular the first time, some of those outfits were hitting, and girls today could not wear those outfits.
Because it's not good.
Some outfits.
No.
They couldn't pull it off. Is what I'm saying. I think it's hard to say something is better or worse because, like you obviously grew up with your own influences, so you're gonna think, oh, this is better because it's
very
new.
subjective.
I think it's like the LeBron, and this is what I was trying to get at earlier. I think it's like the LeBron and MJ take. People that grew up watching MJ, Michael Jordan, right? Just making sure. There was one time we talked about MJ, and someone was like, Michael Jackson. Why are we talking about Michael Jackson and LeBron Jordan? LeBron Jordan. But like, nah. So it's like, so if you grew up with Michael Jordan as your MVP, whatever, right? And now you look at LeBron James, right? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like it is it's a older person take. I won't call y'all.
That man in the day, man.
And it's like, nah. And if we look at the stats, and if we look at like, all this other stuff, we can see that LeBron would wash MJ, bruh. And I feel like we're comparing the same thing. Like we can talk about how like, oh, they grew up with this, so that's their good. And but if we put them head to head or whatever, we can talk about prime. And they're both in their prime.
Okay.
Both the music genre and MJ, whatever the topic is. I feel like the whole point of moving forward in like life or whatever is to evolve. I feel like our music evolved. I feel like if we're talking about LeBron and MJ, it evolved. I feel like style evolved. If we sample off the past, we acknowledge that, hey, yo, it was cool back then. We're gonna make it good and better now. And that's the take.
I think it's more so making it relevant today.
And if it was
not
irrelevant
better,
before,
I think they're making it relevant. Like, oh, this was a bop then. This was the shit then. I'm going to twist it a little bit and make it the shit today. I don't think it's better or worse because it was
just of its time.
I wish we could play copyrighted music.
Because like then with that logic, you could say that us, the younger generation alive today, is better than old generation.
Are you going to argue that the younger generation is not better than the older generations? If we look at the things that the older generations have done, they found foundation, all that great stuff or whatever, right? But like you have a foundation.
I'm not saying like politics and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying but like just in like whatever you want to call it. Back then they made the foundation for us. That's all well and great. But you're not worried about the foundation. You're worried about the building. We are that building.
We're having this talk again. You remember?
Yes, we are having the foundation. For context, that had a conversation about it a whole bunch of days ago or a whole bunch of months ago, whatever.
Semester.
It got hot. But yeah. So the older generation built the foundation. They did an amazing job at building the foundation when it comes to music, style, art, whatever you want to call it. However, in my opinion, we're not like if you walk into a house, you're not worried about the foundation. You're worried about the house. You're not worried about.
You might not be.
Oh my goodness! I'll start. That's the same thing that
California, where there's earthquakes and shit.
But even then, you're more worried about. You're more worried about the house and what the house looks like, XYZ, and the stuff that the stuff that's on the foundation.
And that just
we will always credit the fact that there was a foundation that had to be put down. However, we need to I feel like we are I feel like it's better when we compare like generation to generation. That's better to better. But I feel like in the context of what we're talking about, we are better just because of the fact that we are because of the fact that we're supposed to that's the whole point of moving forward.
But that would only make sense if you were rebuilding the house. You're reusing the foundation. If you tore the foundation down and rebuilt a house, that would make sense. But that's not what they're doing. They're using the foundation to make it prettier. They're glamifying it. They're not doing anything different necessarily. You're still using the same foundation. Right. You just painted the house green.
And people are not, in my opinion, is that you are still looking at oh dang, this house is green. It was better when it was not. It was better when it was like it's better that it's green than when it was like bare or whatever. You feel me? Like, and I feel like however we want to slice it or cut it, however we want to say, oh, that was there, but it will fall down to better. You feel me? Like, however we want to define the word better, whether it be innovation, whether it be whatever other terms we've been using, whatever, it boils down to being better. And when it comes to music, this is my take. Yeah, this is my take. This is my take. Like, you know, of course I won't change you guys' mind because you guys don't. Y'all are old.
We never.
The 21s and 22s, the 20. You know, he's switching up. That's great. But the 21, 22-year-olds want to, you know, stay in their own. Old
Y'all, my birthday was on Thursday.
No, it was on Thursday.
Congrats. Right, literally. But
well, it's relevant now. Thank you.
But yeah, so that's my take. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about music.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I get what you're coming from.
Like, where the future is supposed to be better than the past.
We are too older, bro.
Like, we walk so they can run.
Yeah. Like cars, if you're comparing.
We walk so they can run, yeah. And they walk so we can run.
Yeah.
I'm talking
about the future. I thought you were talking about you walk so I can run. I was like, boy, if you don't. I was like, boy, if you don't.
I know, 1 year older. I walk so you can run. That's what I feel about my siblings, though. I walk so they can run.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
You went through the understanding, the learning process, and understanding how to do this, so you could advise them on quicker methods of making it, quote unquote, making it whatever that means to you. So it's not wrong, but I feel like that's something that we should take into account whenever we're having these conversations. And honestly, it could mean that somebody is better. Depends on how you dissect it.
But it also could.
It also could. You're right.
I feel like it's just different. It's the same house.
It's also different perspectives. I don't like when we have these conversations. I feel like we discredit so much to like younger generations and the innovation that's actually going on within the brain and with what they're actually doing. They're taking. It might be like when we're talking about sampling in general. They're deconstructing some of them. Some people are actually deconstructing the good ones. The good ones. You're not just biting it up, but the good ones are deconstructing the song that was made this many years ago, yada yada, and putting this in different places, putting that in different places to form, in general, a different song, a new song in general. What are we talking about? A new song in which gives people more attraction and is flowed on different. It gives a whole different style. That's beautiful. That's creation.
Watch the wrap around. So Kendrick's song, what is it? The Heart Part 5 is sampled off of it's like I forget what it is. Give me 2 seconds. It's sampled off of.
You take puzzle pieces.
"I Want You" by Marvin Gaye, right? Wow. It's sampled off of "I Want You" by Marvin Gaye.
That's a perfect person to take from in terms of that's great.
I feel like and I listen to "I Want You" and I listen to the Heart Part 5 and call it like my young ears or whatever, like my generation's ears or whatever. But I feel like if we brought the Heart Part 5 versus Marvin Gaye's "I Want You," I feel like the vast majority is going to say, dang, Kendrick did his thing, and I feel like he's part of this generation. I feel like that's part of my take. You feel what I'm saying? That's why.
You're saying people are going to argue that Kendrick's better than Marvin Gaye? Or that he used his sample better than Marvin Gaye did?
Yes.
That's
I do.
I guess we just agree to disagree. That's crazy.
I kind of like the points that he's been making. I'm not gonna lie. I've been swaying back and forth.
I thought it was gonna miss. I thought it was going to be like.
I see. It's like if I take like recycled parts and I make it into something new. I guess I can make it better, but it's also like you can't have it without the recycled parts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You will always have the foundation.
Recycled parts. If you're using an old car that's been discontinued and you make a new car with it, if it's a trash car that's been discontinued, you can't use it. But if it's a Tesla and you rearrange it to look better, it's still the Tesla parts. It's still a great car because it's a Tesla, but it's different. It's not better or worse. It's just different.
What's that one philosophical argument? It was like, it's like the boat of Theseus. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but it's like if you take a boat and over the years you have to keep replacing his parts, and eventually you get to a new boat, and it has none of the same old parts, and it's just like it's the same boat, but it has none of the original parts from the original one. So is it still the same boat? You can also say that about us, like, because they say our cells replace each other every 7 years.
Damn, that was a deep look into it. I like that.
But funny. They also, it's not like year 7 comes around and bam, you're
no.
person.
It's still, but you're you're physically a different person than you were 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Tap in 7 years and we'll figure out if we're the same people or not. And if we are,
said then that
then there's a problem.
Changed it about 3 times.
Y'all are allowed to handle.
Y'all are allowed to handle. I can't wait for these next 7 years to get better. Anyways,
I guess we'll find out what happens in the next 7 years.
Stay tuned.
But I think that's the end of this episode. We've been going for about an hour
that's a
now.
Good conversation. And we only touched music, but I guess that
music is so vast, bro. It's crazy.
But that's our time. That's been Straight Water. Catch us next week on the AHRR Network. If you want to see us live, and if you want to see us not live, the little cut versions, search up Straight Water in any platform, and you will find us there as well. It's our time. My name is Jay 3 times.
Oh, and I'm ATD or Antonio the Don.
It's your girl J.da P.
And it's the King of Day.
We'll see you in the next one.
And this has been Straight Water.
Thanks for watching.
Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom.
We have to show care to our young boys and girls. And the best way to do that is to understand what true love is. It starts with you first. And just understand I'm here for you. If you got to, DM me personally. DM Udia TV. DM one of us because we want to make sure we're here for you. We want to show that we care. Because at the end of the day, this media outlet is to show that we're here for our youth and we're here for our blacks and our brown community out here that don't have nobody that could support them. And we got you. We got you.